This video was made in partnership with Riverside. So I've been in the Rode ecosystem for quite a few years now, and the RØDECaster Duo in particular has been a permanent part of my setup for at least 2.5 years. I've had all of my desktop mics running through it, and I've recorded probably hundreds of YouTube videos via the Duo. So when Rode announced the RØDECaster Video Core, I wasn't quite sure what to make of it, partly because it seemed a bit complex on the surface. But I got my hands on it and did a full review, and if you want to see that video, I've got a link in the description. And it actually did really genuinely surprise me in a good way, and I came to genuinely appreciate what it can do. But just recently, I finally got my hands on the RØDECaster Video S, and things have really shifted for me after using this device. So after using both, I thought I would make a video just sharing my experience in case you're also trying to decide which one to go with for your own setup. So let's start out by talking about the RØDECaster Video Core. Now, while you can use this device completely on its own, it really is mainly designed to be paired with either the RØDECaster Duo or the RØDECaster Pro 2. And the idea is that you're essentially adding video capabilities to your existing audio switcher. And when I reviewed it, going in, to be honest, I was a bit skeptical, especially about the lack of 4K capability. But after testing it, my perspective did change quite a lot. You've got some really flexible video inputs, including 3 HDMI ports, a USB-C port that supports video, plus NDI over Ethernet. And so I personally was able to have 3 completely different cameras running into it in no time. And for me, the NDI in particular really impressed me. I was able to fully control an NDI capable PTZ camera purely from within the RØDECaster software. And then I could also output a really powerful multi-view via NDI to my Mac with very low latency, all using a single Ethernet cable. And so as far as video switches go, it's really a very capable device and gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of your setup. But I think the auto switching is also where it really does shine. You can assign different mics to different camera feeds, and then depending on which mic is active, the video feed will just auto switch. And as someone who has a background in live AV and video switching for conferences and concerts, I think I know what good switching should look like, and the Core does a genuinely really solid job. Plus, you can also export an EDL file, which lets you open up the project in DaVinci Resolve with all of those cuts already made, and then you can make any changes or tweaks later that you want, which I think is an amazing feature because that will save you so much work in post-production. And then of course, you've got RØDECaster Sync, which is what links your RØDECaster Duo or Pro 2 with the RØDECaster Video Core itself. And this is really powerful because it lets you connect the 2 devices via a single USB-C cable, and then you can control all sorts of different things from your audio mixer physical control. So you can obviously still use the faders for your audio inputs, but then you can also use the smart pads to switch video inputs on the Core, as well as change a whole bunch of settings using the touchscreen. So these 2 units together give you a really overall quite powerful unit that covers a pretty complex audio setup as well as a very capable video setup. And then when it comes to the 4K capabilities, I actually did come around to it. While it would be nice to have 4K, I think that would make it significantly more expensive. And I think generally the kind of use cases you're using devices like this for, which is particularly streaming and recording multi-camera podcasts, 4K really isn't that crucial, especially when it comes to streaming. I don't know anyone who streams in 4K. Plus the 1080p recordings that I got from the device were really sharp, and I'd be very happy with that quality level. But for me, the bottom line on the Core is that it's an incredible device, especially if you've already got a decently complex audio setup and you do already use the Duo or the Pro 2. And it's these kinds of setups that make me really rethink how I can record everything, including remote recordings, for example. And I've personally been using Riverside for remote recordings for a while now. And obviously one of the great things about these RØDECaster devices is that you can have a single program output, which you can then record on a platform like Riverside really easily. And it records locally on both ends. So even if your internet isn't quite up to scratch, you still get the full audio and video quality, which is really important, especially if you're spending your hard-earned money on really solid equipment. Now, once I've actually finished my recording, this is where Riverside really saves me a lot of time. So it automatically transcripts all of the dialogue, which you can then edit by just deleting text rather than having to manually scrub through the timeline. And this is really important, especially for long recordings, which you're probably doing with this kind of device. It's got really well integrated AI tools, including a couple of my favorites like the remove filler words tool, which just deletes all the ums and ahs and kind of silent spaces. And then of course, automatic captions. You can create your own custom style, and then it will use the AI transcript to apply captions captions. Once I'm done with the long form edit, I then use Riverside to generate magic clips, which uses AI to pull out the best moments from the recording for vertical short form. This is how I genuinely get a lot of my short form content out the door. And then once those clips are ready, I can actually schedule them to my YouTube channel from within the Riverside platform so that I don't have to bounce between different downloads and uploads to get everything posted. So if you've got the gear and you want a platform that actually does it justice, including editing, recording, and repurposing, Riverside is definitely worth a look. There'll be a link in the description and you can use the code NICK1 to get your first 30 days completely free. Okay, now let's move on to the RØDECaster Video S. And on the surface, you can see they look quite different. The Video Core kind of looks like a headless box, whereas the Video S has a full physical control surface, including a touchscreen, source buttons, scene, function, record. You can do a lot just directly on the device itself. Now, obviously the benefit of this is that you can also cut between different video sources and scenes just using the device itself without having to rely on software. But apart from that, it's got basically the same core internals as the Video Core. So you've got the same 3 HDMI inputs, the same Revolution preamps with XLR in, you've got the same auto switching feature, same EDL export for DaVinci Resolve, and then once again, full HD 1080p recording. Now, there are a few things that the Video S has that the Core doesn't. Number one, built-in wireless receivers so that you can pair it with Rode wireless microphones. Now, obviously, if you're using the Core and you've got it linked to a Duo or a Pro 2, the Duo or the Pro 2 will have those wireless abilities. So technically, if you use them as a unit, they both can support wireless microphones. But the benefit with the Video S is that it does it all in the one unit. Another big thing that the Video S has that the Core doesn't is Wi-Fi. And this could be pretty significant to you depending on your setup. In that regard, I would say the Video S is better if you move your setup around more and you have less regular access to an Ethernet network, especially if you're streaming, because that means you can stream from anywhere that you've got a Wi-Fi connection. Apart from that, it's largely the same hardware as the Core. But the other big thing for me personally that I really liked is that it's a much smaller footprint than the Duo and the Core combined. And that's when it kind of clicked for me that because the Video S has the same preamps as the Duo, I could plug my microphones directly into the Video S and use it essentially as a replacement mixer because it's a smaller, more compact setup. And that's kind of what it came down to for me. I think I realized that using the Core and the Duo together is incredibly powerful. You can do so much both with audio but also with video when you add the Core. But for me as a solo content creator who doesn't stream that regularly or record a podcast, it just felt honestly like overkill. Like there was so many features that I just wasn't utilizing and it was taking up a significant chunk of space on my desk. However, the Video S on the other hand kind of collapses both of those devices into the one single unit with the same audio quality, with video capability built in, and with physical controls right there on my desk. So for me, I still have that really high quality RØDECaster Duo audio, but with the added flexibility of video capability in a smaller unit. And so that kind of brings me to my conclusion, which is then which one should you buy? On the surface, it kind of seems like if the Video S can do what the Video Core and the Duo can do in a single unit, then why wouldn't you just get the one unit? And I think the answer really comes down to the complexity of your setup, which is what it came down to for me. So I think if you have a more simple setup, maybe with a couple of microphones and a couple of video inputs, then the RØDECaster Video S is an incredible device, especially because you've got that extra flexibility with Wi-Fi and it's a simpler setup with the single device. And that's why for me, this is the device I am now using on a regular basis. I've personally actually replaced my Duo with the Video S. However, I think if you've got a bigger, more complicated audio routing setup with more microphones and you want to be able to control both audio and video from the one physical control surface, rather than having to rely on software for more control, that is when I think the RØDECaster Core makes more sense. So in a nutshell, to me, the Video S is better if you've got a more simple basic setup, but the Video Core plus a Duo or a Pro 2 makes more sense if you've got a bigger, more complex setup, especially when it comes to audio. But let me know, which device are you personally using? What kind of setup do you use it for? Don't forget to check out Riverside using the link in the description. And if you want to see my full review of the Core, then you can check that out right here.